Hello YouTubers, how you doing out there? It's almost through the end of September and it means it's time for another video on the channel. I haven't done a video for a long time, and this one is something really cool. This is Train Sim World 2. I know I've done the Train Simulator 2021, but this is a different platform, and in my opinion it's a little bit more finer detailed. Anyway, before I get into this video, yes, there's lots of people out there on YouTube that have done the same upload. Mine's just a different take on it. And secondly, I do not have a flashy, expensive, megabuck gaming PC. I'm just using a half-decent laptop the best I can. So I do apologise if the graphics glitch a little bit here and there. But the main primary reason why I'm doing this upload today is for a couple of people that I know socially that are ex-London Underground train drivers and who drove the 1938 stock on the Bakerloo line. And this is the Train Sim World Bakerloo line route, and normally it's usable with the 1972 Mark II stock. And today I recently got the Isle of Wight route download, which comes with the X1938 stock Class 483, which is now no longer in service. So I'm going to put it on this route today and see how it goes. Anyway, we're at Stonebridge Park Depot on 36 Road, and we'll have a little pan around with the camera to see where we're going. Oh, mind the juice rails there on 36 Road. And what's on 36 Road today? What have we got rostered? 483, 38 stock. It's not quite the 38 stock, because obviously when it was taken from London Transport over to BR on the southern region, it was terribly cannibalised and altered, and part of his character to me was taken away. It was never the same, even when it was on the Isle of Wight. But it still resembles the 38 stock, which technically it is. Anyway, enough of my pedantic rant. Let's go into the shed and get the train, shall we? Right, so going onto the shed road now, and as you can see, it's quite a nice graphic. It's got all the details there, the shoe beam. And this one is basically 2 4-cars put together. So normally they're running just a 2-car formation on the Isle of Wight, but for the purpose of the game you can actually choose it to run as 2 4-car sets coupled together to form an 8. Very reminiscent of the 62s, but the 7-car 38s normally were the formation of choice. But anyway, let's get on with it. So what we're going to do now is let's have a look at the front, shall we? Oh, they passed there. Even got the crunchy ballast sound, but there we are. Like I said, there's the Class 483, which we're now going to go on board. Basically follow the instructions. So let's shut the door, shall we? Shut the door. Let's take you for a walk down the old saloon area, which is nice. I haven't turned the lights on yet, so the lighting's sensitive. I'll just take you through here. Go through this way. Again, very reminiscent of the 59s, 62s. It's nice, isn't it? I like that. Anyway, we'll get to see a bit more of this later on, but we're going to actually take it in service. So what we're going to do, we're taking it out on a test run, and we're going to run down to Queen's Park, and we'll see what happens there. So let's shuttle the internal. Oh, it says, look, you can sit in the passenger seat. Look at that. You can be a person on the cushions. There we go. Anyway, some good detail shot there. It'd be nice actually if the game developers, not sure if anyone's going to comment on this video, but it would be nice to see this particular stock. You can do a reskin of this, by the way, in LT Red, which I haven't managed to enable yet for some reason. I think you've got to do it in timetable mode. But it would be nice if they did a change of interior colour and put this back to the well, put your teeth in a minute. Cerulean blue, which actually is London Transport green. Looks green, but it's actually cerulean blue. That would be nice to have as an interior shot, like they did on the Train Simulator 2021. Anyway, let's go down and get set up. Now, if you look at this shot here, this looks exactly like the 62s. Very same in similarity. Only difference is that you've got the master controller and the EP set out as separate items, whereas on the 62 it's all one desk. But anyway, that's just me being, again, pedantic. Right, shut the doors. Now what we've got to do is we've got to open up. So, key in. Do that. And then we've got to go over here. Headlights on. Instrument lights on. Sit down. Put the reverser key in the barrel. Oh, now we're in the depot, so we want to put forward two. Excuse me, slap my wrist. forward one. Forward one is used in depots for slow speeds and shunting. You never put forward two. Certainly on these trains in the depot, flying around the yard. Right. Take the brake off. Right, give a quick toot. It's a wrong whistle, but never mind. Here we go. You look on the top left of the screen, it says stop at location, and underneath that it says Elephant and Castle southbound siding. That's actually not where we're going to go today. We're just going to go down to Queen's Park and screw it down there. This is just a demonstration video. I'm not going to do the whole route. But, have a look. actually not going to go through the wash road. We're going to go round to the left behind it. And if you're playing this scenario for the first time, for example, it can be a little bit bewildering seeing all these red signals in front of you. The signal we're going to come up to on the left hand side, on the left now, that's a repeater. And the actual signal we need to obey is the one up further in advance. So don't worry about this one. This one's just a repeater. It's the one ahead that you need to obviously worry about. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw up to it in a minute. On the right hand side of the screen, it tells you in yards where the next signal is, what aspect it's going to be. So what we need to do is just drop our speed down. Right, so what you do, if you press the tab key on your device, you press contact signaler, or ask Bob, we'll call him. Let's ask Bob, shall we? There we go, it's giving us a single yellow proceed at restricted speed. That's what we want. Right, okay. Oop, take the brakes off. Don't want to get any flats. Now, as mentioned, we're not going to pick anybody up. We're just taking an empty stop movement down to Queen's Park for this little scenario. I'm just using it as an example. Update. Right. Forward 2, because we're on the main line now. Series. Parallel. shutting off at 50 because it will go beyond that. This thing does fly a little bit, even without the flag switch added, which is a shame because you could really done warp speed. Again, any ex-London Underground drivers out there watching this who drove the 38s or the 62s will know what a flag switch is. It's a weak-filled flag switch which is on the offside window, and when in the raised position it gave you a higher rate of motor, and basically you could take off like a rocket. Very handy if he was running behind time. There's one behind this. There's one behind this one, ladies and gentlemen. Right behind this train, there's another train for you. Not really. Last one to the depot. Sorry, that's evil. Right, on this particular game scenario, or on this route, this is obviously Harlesden. As you can see, there's quite a steep gradient drop if you're going towards London. If you're coming away from it, it's quite an uphill motor for the train, but going downhill, you can get a fair lick of speed on. There you go, it's starting to pick up already. I'm coasting at the moment, so I'm using no power on the motors. 24. By coasting through here, you can save motors and you can use gravity to the effect, which is good. Got to watch it because up this top of this hill, it's quite tight across the point working in into the station. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. See that already 28. Test the Westinghouse brake before we go to Queen's Park, which is a practice that you do normally before the terminal station. You last station before the end, you test the Westinghouse brake. It's a bit naff on here actually. It's taking ages to come on. There we go, a little bit of Westinghouse there. I've made a complete balls up of that. Okay. In reality, when you apply the Westinghouse on a 38 or the older trains like the 69s and 62s, you do it so you come to a nice smooth stop, not up in a heap. But it does work in the game. That's what I was trying to say to you. It does work. Right, onwards and upwards to Queen's Park. Right, so they've given us the feathers on the route indicator, which is this signal on the left hand side. You'll see above the green indication signal, you'll see a series of 45-degree white lights, and that's a route indicator signal. Those of you all know that already, but the newbies out there, it's basically giving you the route other than straight ahead. And in this case, it's across the points into the through the train shed into Queen's Park. Down a little bit. only a 4 car. Not that I think it was 8. Anyway, we're going to jump out here anyway. I think what I'll do, we'll carry on to the train shed, and then we'll actually drop down to the platform, because the actual platform at Queen's Park is quite good, as is the rest of the route. It's pretty much identical. If you're a regular traveller on the Bakerloo line and live in London, use the Bakerloo quite a bit, you better familiarise yourself a lot with the different things on the route in this game. Again, lots of simulation platforms out there that I've played, but this is probably the best so far I've had a go on, and certainly now downloaded, and I own it outright on my laptop, so it's definitely fun to play. And a lot of us die-hard Underground fans out there definitely will just buy the download for the Isle of Wight route purely for the 38 stock to put it on here, because that's what it's all about. And if you're not sure, ask Bob. Who is Bob? Some bloke on the Central line, apparently. Oh, let's drop the handle. Yeah. It's very unprofessional, I know, but this is demonstrating the flexibility of these controls and the game and what you can do with it. Oh, dragging brakes, for example. I think I need to go back to the training centre at White City. Okay, let's just drop it down to there. Right, okay. So if you were leaving things here, what you could do, you could basically, yeah, when you get out the driver's seat, automatically the handle drops down. So if you're running or a stand, that handle will drop back up on the latch. Oh, I know I didn't want to do that. Just showing you what procedure is you can do. So if you go highlight that area, the back of the seat, flip it up, you go next to it, down to where the control key goes, you hit that, and then take that out, take your key wheel, take your you can let's see, go up to headlights off, instrument lights off. I love this. Look, before I go, I've got to show you this. This is really awesome. This Mercury retardation unit, which basically has got mercury inside that cylinder. and it works in association with the brakes, so you get the right amount of brake force with the train. And if these were not set correctly back in the day, you could have lots of problems and fun and games with these things, as I'm sure many 1938 stock drivers would agree with. Right, so for purpose of this video then, if we swing around here, you want to put the brake on, or the handbrake should we say. If you put it on there, and then you've got to go over to you keep clicking that, and that will put the handbrake on the train fully. There we go. So that's screwed down there, and then what you can do, you could walk back for the train, which we're going to do purely for the demonstration purpose of this game, because I think it's quite fun. Okay, so we just walk down through here, warp speed. Driver's had too many sugars in his tea. I want to open the door, not shut it again. There we go. Right. Turn around. And then we come back through here. Being a good driver that I am, I'm shutting all the doors behind me. Look at these panels. They're very good. Look, I think these are pretty cool. Sad thing about it is don't think you can actually operate these buttons. They don't do anything. But you can open the doors. You can open that one if you click on it to get out. You go back down here. Through here. And this is the middle cab, you see, which is quite cool. So anyway, just showing you that. Open that door. Come back round. Shut that one. So if you get a defect on the lead unit, then what you do, you actually would go to the middle cab and you operate the FIS, which is the fault isolating switch, which all you X62 men out there will know all about. Mr. Andrews, who's watching, Mr. A. Shut that door. There we are. Da 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 da. Turn around. Right, this is the rear two-car unit, so let's go back through here. I know this is all very boring and monotonous, but I'm just showing you people out there the actual availability of what you can do with these trains and how you can explore them, which I think is very cool. So we will go, let's see, yeah, we'll open this door, just the rear car. And obviously if you was going back out the other way and you wanted to go and stable, do a reverse mainline shunt and go back into the shed or something, you can open up the train from this end and do the things. On the scenarios for the Isle of Wight, certainly it does ask you to actually shut down and change ends and do the opposite procedure. So it's all good. Anyway, let's go for a stroll. There we go. Queen's Park platform. Sorry, ladies and gents, it's been a failure, and there's no more trains today because they've all run out of petrol. There's the petrol crisis affecting the trains. TfL have, in their wisdom, decided to switch from electricity to petrol-driven trains. Massive punch-ups. I'm sorry, I've just got to make light of the situation in England at the moment with the petrol crisis, people being greedy and overly stupid, panicking that there's no petrol, when in actual fact there is. Let's shut this door. Come on. I don't want to climb down the steps. I want to shut the door. Do you know what we could do? We could actually...
Always try to carry a bottle of water with you. If you feel faint, seek help at the next station. Do not use the emergency cord, as this may delay help reaching you.
Okay. I was just about to say I was going to go back down the other end, take the handbrake off and let it roll down the towards Kilburn. That's been done before. Actually, was in the news back in the 1980s. There was a train stabled on the shed road there, and because it's on a gradient, the stabling chain came loose and detached, and actually rolled all the way down to Warwick Avenue. No one was killed, but it was very naughty. Anyway, that's the end of the video. That's the end of my waffle, my rant, and my pedantic explainings. But anyways, folks, hope you've enjoyed the video today. And we're going to leave you at Queen's Park with this 38 there. And hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I said, lots of people have done this video. I just thought I'd do it my way. Anyways, have a great day. And I hope you enjoy the upload. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.